This is New Thunderbolts 11, or aka Thunderbolts 92. The series it was relaunched. It kind of ended with Thunderbolts 75. Then there was a 6-issue mini-series, and then a big relaunch as New Thunderbolts. Although I'm sure someone's going to come along and be really anal and say, well, what about the Fight Club Thunderbolts revamp? And I'm not getting into that shite this issue. Most people just ignore that anyway. They've replaced those 6 issues with the 6-issue mini-series. And on top of all that history this is a confusing issue. It is a House of Mert tie-in issue, and it focuses on 2 characters. Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, and Atlas Man. And I think this is meant to be him there. I'm not sure though, because he doesn't actually wear a tie in the comic. So this is House of Mer, reality warp in it. Everything has changed. That's all you really need to know. I remember having no idea what was going on the first time I read this. Also, Thunderbolts, they did this weird thing. They were doing a 3-part story, but this tie-in issue would be where part 2 of that story was meant to be. And I suppose it's quite funny and a bit interesting, but part 2 of that story does not exist. After this issue, it's part 3, and there's loads of references in that to part 2, but we never saw part 2. Actually, you know what, I quite like that now that I've thought about it. It is clever. So this is just like a random aside that has replaced part 2. Here in this warped reality, we have got a Kree military. They have got a better presence on Earth because of Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, and Miss Marbles, Karen Daggers before they ruined her. Here they are fighting a bunch of outlaws. They are this reality's version of the Thunderbolts. Got Miss Marbles fighting Radiation Man there. And genis-vell, he is cosmically aware, and as many of my past videos have shown, he is batshit mental. And he realises that this isn't the true reality, and here he is, remembering the real world and his memories and the Thunderbolts and Baron Zero. And he's really confused because he doesn't understand these memories. And, well, he's already a bit crazy, and this is just making him worse. So this all leads to Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, doubting reality and existence. Meanwhile, we have got the outlaws being killed. And this is really clever. Actually, in the King of Queens crossover review, I praised Fabian Nicieza for the really clever foreshadowing of Cable's relationship to Cyclist, and he does it again here. We have got some of the most subtle but ingenious foreshadowing. In Thunderbolts, we have got a character called Swordman, and his identity at this point is a mystery. We don't know who he really is. Well, here is an enormous clue that I didn't think anyone caught. This guy, he is using a sword, and this is who Swordman turns out to be. But yeah, him and his incestual sister get shot in the head by the other character that this issue focuses on, Atlas Man. In this warped reality, he is fittingly a soldier. He is a loyal soldier who follows orders, because Fabio Nicieza, he has broken the character down perfectly to his core, unlike Hardman Hawkeye tried to do. And in the real world, Atlas Man, him and Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, they were often at odds. They were bickering, they were like rivals. Atlas Man, he really hated genis-vell for I can't even remember why. I think he just didn't want an outsider coming onto the team, or maybe it was something about genis-vell coming between Songgirl and Mark, whose real name is A. And in this warped reality, it follows a similar pattern of Atlas Man irrationally disliking Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. By the way, really good guest appearance from Miss Marbles, Karen Daggers. she really was a good character before Mary Sue DeConnick remade her in the image of an embarrassment. Then we have got loads of little cameo appearances here. I won't go on out of them all. Kazar there though, that's Kazar, and behind him, that is Mark, real name Abe, and he's kicking a pen non-stop, which would be really annoying, but he's actually using it to send like Morse code to Atlas Man and Speed McGee. Meanwhile, genis-vell, he starts having more flashbacks to his proper history, and he flies off, confused and angry. And the Kree military, they realise that genis-vell is like a lot more powerful than they thought, and that he's dangerous. This issue is as much as a standalone issue, all about genis-vell once again having a descent into madness and almost destroying the whole universe. And genis-vell is torn between his memories of the real world and his memories of this fake world. And at any moment, to quote Ronan Reigns, this entire universe might disappear in the blink of an eye. Because Captain Marvel's, the real one, genis-vell, well, he's dead powerful in that. So the Kree and the Kree military and everyone else, they're all converging on genis-vell. But obviously, we're focusing mostly on Atlas Man. And here you can see visually the tears between the reality and how genis-vell is being torn between these two contradictory histories. Well, he's trying to turn reality back to the way it should be, or how he thinks it was. And then Atlas Man, who in this reality warp, he don't even have powers, but he has got a giant robot suit to compensate for that. And then they fight, and genis-vell, you can see here, like, Atlas Man, he's forcing Atlas Man to become, like, his real counterpart. And this obviously confuses Atlas Man, but, of course, in both these worlds, Atlas Man hates genis-vell, and in this warped reality, well, Atlas Man, he is doing better. He's got a better life for himself. He's respected, people depend on him, he's seen as, like, a hero. And this is like really, really good writing. I'm not going to read it out because this is a recommend. You should go and read this. This is very good stuff here. And Atlas Man and genis-vell, actually, yeah, I won't give away the end. First time I read this, I had no idea what was going on. All you need to know is that there is a reality warp. This is a new world and it's swapped over from what used to be. Really like this. This is decent. 7 thumbs up.